Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on the north side as the Green Lee, or Gregor, we have Yoshierider. Spawn on the south side as a dark gray Penny, we got Inconspicuous. Penny, of course, has been buffed from the cartridge counterpart, has standard boarding cost, 3 radius, 30, 60, 60. Buys a nice standard plus 15%. Oh, she actually got slightly nerfed last time I cast her. She has 15% offense, 10% defense, so that has been changed. It used to be plus 15, plus 15. And of course, does still provide the 3 turns of weather and provides a plus 15, plus 10% global. So, slight nerf last time I saw Penny. She was basically an A to S tier CO. Lee, or Gregor, is a custom CO using the Valkyria Chronicles artwork there. Standard boarding cost, 3, 30, 60, 60. Provides a nice simple plus 10, and all units who start their movement range from the CO zone gets additional 1 movement range. And of course for superpower, it makes a nice global plus 2. So let's get started. This map is a 3 base map, 1 airport, 3 seaports, which likely probably even hard to even see 1, at most a lander generally. And something to note as well, these are all shores here, so we do have 4 exits from the islands. However, every single exit does have a forest in between, so it's slow for all units to get through, particularly wheeled vehicles, so it'll be 2, 2, and 3. There's also a pair of comm towers here. It's generally securable by 1 player, but they are contestable. You can rush for them. Looks like Gregor does load himself up to an infantry unit there to prove some mobility. For openers, I have a feeling Green probably has a specific opener in mind. Does skip out a base there, not enough monies for it. So next turn, both these infantry units can move forward by 4 rather than by 3. Good job of moving the correct one first. You don't want to move your own unit way out of your CO zone. But now, next turn, 5 infantry units will be able to move forward with an extra tile space. There's probably a precise mathematical positioning for everything. I just don't know what all of them are. That's probably up to the player to probably sort of pre-map it. Lee is definitely one of those COs that probably does change how you start your build or start your mobility or capture order and all that sort. This plus 1 radius. Nice thing about loading your CO unit into an infantry unit right now with him. An infantry unit, a CO loaded infantry unit is dirt cheap, so you can just delete it later and CO something else if you really need to. But I've seen a lot of players keep the CO'd unit around the back line to near all the bases just to give them 1 extra tile space to get them moving. Which may help these bikes traverse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, nope, they can't be pushed across the forest, so that won't help them. But no wait, Recon has 8 movement speed, so it can still at least get to right here. But it could help a Recon move past the forest here, not here, but here as well. You now have Recon and Tank up here. The CO unit could move back towards the tank to get it moved forward quicker, but at least right here, moves it partially forward to keep the tank in range. Number of bikes heading down south with the winter, which Penny or Mr. Bear may summon. Anti-air bike. Early anti-air, it's not a bad idea to go for early anti-air. Great for hitting infantry, and great to protect you from the very early battle copter that you may occasionally see. Though with 3 base maps, it's less likely to see early battle copters. But in this case, with 15,000 funds, going for a 9,000 battle copter leaves 6,000 funds remaining, which means 3 infantry units easily. So this could be a turn for a battle copter. Or double tank. Both players are capturing up the comm tower. T-copter, flare, infantry, and infantry. Not only got the seaport in the back, you also got the cities in the south and to the west in order to capture up. T-copter, tank, infantry. So it looks like both players now have the T-copter. Does get trapped and gets shot up a little bit there and finished off there. Does have this infantry unit spotted, not the other one of course. Tank gets a good strike there. Right now Lee has 22,000 versus Penny's 16, so he has a decisive economic advantage. I do see 4 more properties being captured, so put up at 20,000 versus 22. But thanks to Lee's extra movement, he is able to just get out of the base quicker. Got battlecopter, tank, infantry there. Penny is now on the center map, getting as much power charge as possible. Has 19 power charges already. Either A, pull these units back, or B, just delete them. Because right now, you don't want to give Penny a chain of weather. When Penny chains 2 power, she becomes ultra lethal. Infantry, tank, infantry. When it comes to Fog of War maps, I generally say Rain is the weakest since you're already prepared and have the mindset of fighting Fog of War. And he has gone for a flare. It's definitely a good idea to go for flares, particularly against Penny. Because of reducing vision rain down to 0. That's the only real way you can see stuff in rain. Not to mention, still Fog of War. If Penny never rolls rain, you at least still have a flare in Fog of War, which is still very good. Even a flare out of Fog of War is still pretty nice, just because flares are actually pretty good combatants. The other 2 weathers can be quite nasty. Snow. This map is large, so snow will just slow everything down. And Sandstorm is probably, I think, overall, generally the most dangerous of all the weather, because just minus 30% firepower global is painful. Tank, anti-air tank. He's at 12 energy at the moment. Decides not to do that attack there from the CO zone to get extra energy, but at least scouts out what's beyond the unit there. Battlecopter anti-air heading down south. 18 energy versus 33. And there is enough targets in front of Penny to get a CO power. Whether or not she can pull one off is another matter. Nothing to stop to engage the battlecopter. First anti-air is way over here, so those battlecopters gonna have free reign. So got potentially 21 energy and whatever machine gun shots here, so she likely will not get her CO power this turn. She may get charged up this turn, but other than that, she's probably not going to get her CO power to forward out this turn. Get some hits down south, interrupts the capture. Anti-air is going down. And we've got Lee having 2 battlecopters this region, which is quite important. I think it's possible for Lee to get +1 radius this turn. 25,000 versus 23,000. And overall, Lee does have a better force down south. Any tank over here. Penny does have some reinforcing tanks right now. Penny has 23 units versus 31, so Lee is doing much better with infantry on the field at least. No CO power charge there. Got some more power charge there. None there. It's that unit there. 47 energy versus 23. Despicable neutral property will be captured this turn. And Penny can't get a superpower this turn. Generally, I say pop Penny's superpower as soon as you get it. Does not pop it. Maybe going to wait till the next turn? Not sure why not. You just want the weather to just be annoying. Any sort of weather right now will be very advantageous to her. Starts capture flipping the comm tower. And may actually fully get it. Definitely probably a good idea to start trying to get that comm tower. Has a bomber on the field. Wasn't paying attention to that, but now got a bomber. Flare has been built. Tank. Flares have a good idea. Penny may pop her power this turn. Battlecopter, tank, flare. And we got rain. Probably the one Lee can handle. Has 2 flares in the field. Took some losses there. Interrupts the capture. Lee's command infantry squad is a little far back, so no power charge here for him. Has some of the stuff spotted, knows where some stuff generally is. The flares are in a good position to reveal a lot of that stuff. We'll also spot the bomber, a critical target to spot for the bomber. Duster, tank, and infantry. Flare spots the anti-air, which is very important. Knows not to push for the battlecopters. And down south, this battlecopter's going to rain screen. This anti-air is too far away. Push for the command infantry squad. Tank. Infantry. And tank. And battlecopter. Penny's course now can get some power charge. Let's get the infantry unit there. Battlecopter, anti-air, tank, and infantry. And look how little vision thinks the rain. The flare can spot some stuff, but of course we are shooting in the dark, literally, because not really many conflicts happened up here. Does spot the infantry unit there, we'll take it out. Sees a lot of good targets there. Lost sight of the anti-air, which is very important. Pulls back the infantry unit there. Ion should push forward the battlecopter. If pulled back another tower forward, could have got this tank pushed forward as well. War tank, medium tank, and infantry. 20,000 versus 24,000. Starting to flip some of the properties, these cities. Now Penny's doing the same. Spots the flare. Spots the artillery. And now there's a lot of targets in front of her to get some power charge going. A lot of targets. 39 energy. The rain will not subside next turn, but the next lead turn, but the following Penny turn, it will be gone. So he has to, I say, sack the flare, get some good spot in the area, then and then probably bring the bomber if he's, and hopefully the bomber can do some good damage. It's on top of 3 defense stars. The artillery is out of range of it though. Does spot the anti-air, strikes the command tank. Takes out that tank there, hits the tank there, and manages to take out the tank there. Bomber strikes the anti-air, does a couple hits there. Gunboat established there. Going to try to go for these cities. Trying to flip that city as well. Anti-air strikes Duster, saving the battlecopters a lot of pain. And with a 3 health Duster, he's willing to risk the battlecopters. Nothing else spot in the area, thinks of rain. Penny has 0 energy since her command tank has gone down. 3 valid targets for a new command tank. This area is probably a good place to generate power charge relatively safely. So I think it's better to seal this tank and push it over here. Oh, and the other anti-air does strike the bomber. 2 of his own battlecopters get struck there. He has 2 of, or 1 anti-air and 1 battlecopter strike the battlecopters. A lot of stuff just went down for Lee up north. He drops the capture there. Lee's on 140,000. Penny has 135, so Lee still has more stuff on the field, but that was a pretty big loss of big losses this turn. And the CO tank does get loaded up here and heading up north. Anti-air tank drops the infantry unit there, and it's going to be hard for Penny to contest that when there's an infantry unit there. Hits up Duster. Lee's doing much better down south. Hits the anti-air because he has so many battlecopters. Let them stay alive. Up north, he may just need to fall back. Second hit the battlecopter, not a bad idea. 38 energy, so now it's +1 radius. Anti-air. Pushing for the war tank like that is pretty nice. 5 movement range is far better than 4. Battlecopter anti-air tank and base skip. Gunboat spots that stuff there and also reveals itself. So yeah, just keeping that infantry unit there will deny the capture of the city. I say don't remove that infantry unit there. This city up north may get flipped. 30,000 versus 23,000, so Lee has a superior income by far. And which means he has this chain of cities in the center to provide some forward warning. So as Penny starts pushing forward, she will be spotted. Infantry units inside the forest here just slow down her opponent. So yeah, keeping these cities as a defensive line is probably a good idea. And right now he has a great lead, commanding presence down south, and just start pushing down south is probably best for Lee. Spots a whole lot of nothing there. Battlecopter does get struck there. 1 does get knocked out. The Lee's trying to lose some presence down south and need some more tanks, but they're pretty far away. Battlecopter bike, infantry bike. Advances to some cities. The war tank is going to be very powerful. He has 1 anti-air, 2 battlecopters up north. And right now it's 38 energy as well, so he could possibly get a good amount of power charge over soon. Not necessarily a CO power. But +2 movement global could be very helpful down south. He needs to make a push both north and south. And plus there's a little infantry unit there. Doesn't really matter what that infantry unit does. Right now, the infantry difference is massive, 31 versus 24. Now got another bomber with pair infantry and a tank. Penny's tank down south is going to get some good amount of power charge here. A very good amount of power charge. 32. And with like that, Lee is in trouble down south. He does have a single medium tank, but that can be hit by all these forces. And Penny's gonna just be defensive over here. Rocket, tank, and infantry. Those are gonna just transition defense up here with a rocket nearby. Could have got some power charge. I think he should have moved forward the infantry in there just to get some power charge going. Every bit matters. But does pull back that unit down south, so maybe it was not eyeing one to go that direction. Trying to flip some properties, go for more of the eco game. Bombers heading down south, I hope equalize down south. But there's a good chance this mini tank will get hit pretty hard. And there's actually a chance for a superpower next turn by Penny. Got the battlecopters in range, got the medium tank in range, got the infantry and flare. And infantry up here. Yep, there's going to be a Penny superpower next turn. Or this turn. That's not for superpower and sandstorm. This is why I confused the deadliest. That's minus 30% firepower global. Artillery, infantry, battlecopter. Now, 3 turns of minus 30% firepower means you basically have a fight against 3 superpowers in a row. This turn is particularly bad since it's also plus 10% defense to go along with it. Maybe one way they can help balance out Penny is, rather than reduce defense slightly, maybe go like plus choice offense, 0 defense as a possibility. You have a rig now put on the field. So in this case, Lee at least going to have full or standard fog of war vision, so he doesn't have to play around bad vision this time around. And since the gunboat was not next to that property, it can't. This property sector can or city can't start be capturing. So we got a battlecopter nearby to hit that gunboat, so. Not getting power charge. That could have done a little bit better of trying to get power charge, I believe. Oh, it did go up north. Battlecopter went way over here. I'm not sure why. Good kills there. Up to 32 energy. 42 energy. She's starting to chain her weather together. And this is only turn 1. Or no, this is start of turn 2. Turn 2, so Lee will have one more turn of sandstorm after this. He saw that tank there. Took 9% damage. Does get trapped. And does have enough for his own superpower. And 10 plus 10% global could help him equalize out the sandstorm. I mentioned the extra range, get a lot of first strikes, help him out as well. Battlecopter strikes regular tank there, and does spot Penny's command tank there, gets some good shots into it, but there's a good chance that she will get enough power charges turned for another superpower for the following. We have a Penny bomber, triple tank, and a battlecopter, 31,000 for 24,000 still. It's a battlecopter there. And puts T-Copter there to stop the drop-off. This extra income pretty much was keeping Lee in the game for the most part. Though he's been doing quite well. Penny's chain weather is devastating. Battlecopter strikes battlecopter. Hits the medium tank there, and hits the medium tank again. While the valuable aircraft starting to get shot down. He's down 166 for 155. Penny's evening out this game, evening out this turn. Took a lot of hits there. His CO unit's also getting a little tired, needs some more burgers. Drops the infantry there and realizes like I'm not going to capture those seats currently. Pops the superpower, so +2 move global. Let's see how well this does. 2 health. Takes up 5 health. It's the bike. It's the bike again. It's the anti-air. It's the infantry. Nukes Saxon tank there. Does get trapped there. Penny will have enough for another sandstorm or another weather. I wonder what Mr. Bear was summoned this time. Battlecopter, anti-air, tank. And what weather is this time? More rain. And this time, there's still a flare on the field, but it's out of position. Those with the front lines smashing together, the lack of vision's not going to be too terrible. But the thing is, a lot of this stuff's just going to start dying. Yep, everything starts dying, and now Lee's going to have no vision. Another bomber. He still has an income advantage. Artillery, infantry. Right now, I don't know if artillery is the best call. I think regular tanks would be a bit better. Right now, Penny, look at this core of tanks. Look, 4 of them are max vet. That is quite insane, actually. There's a 5th max vet tank there as well. I haven't realized how much veterancy these things got. Does spot the medium tank. And with the lack of vision, I don't think a single one of... the only unit that's currently spotted right now is this one here. I think every other unit is not in vision. So she's just going to advance slowly, use the range as cover. Tank anti-air. Yeah, does have this bike spotted because it's on top of the city there. Flare miss, so only has 2 units spotted right now. Rain's still painful. Thanksgiving in the air, yep. Though, I do know that one thing, that this replay will probably be released after Thanksgiving, based on the amount of replays I have stored on up. Tank, anti-air, battlecopter. That tank seemed like it moved quicker than normal. I don't know why, it just looked like it zipped across the screen. Let's see. Lee is at 181, and he's at 225. Of course, he still has 30,000 day-to-day income, so 5,000 income advantage. And that war tank can be shot down. Does have an anti-air nearby. Penny just has an elite core of tanks. She has 35 energy. And the CO tank is spotted, so Lee can play around the CO tank, not donate any power charge, and just wait till the rain dies down. The rain has now died down, revealing all those core tanks around those cities. Pulls back the tanks now. War tank's on top of wood, so it has 3 defense stars. Battlecopter circled the war tank. Hits the flare there. Bike takes out the flare. Tank, anti-air tank. Does get trapped there. Anti-air takeouts gets a good shot there. The woods provide a lot of extra defense, not to mention the aura. Lee right now is at 0 energy. Penny's definitely gonna pull out another superpower the next turn. Lee's just charging. A lot of tanks there. Hits the anti-air for a bit of damage. I don't know how this is going to go. It feels like Lee's just in a not great position. All these units are smashing together, and yeah, I just don't feel like this is going to go great for Lee. Does get trapped there. Gunboat survives. Keep the infantry weighted there and let it load up next turn as it gets up to back of the 10. Battlecopter strikes Battlecopter. And there's a CO power available. No CO power to pull it out this turn, but all of Lee's stuff is just getting nuked. Down to 117 versus 122. He dropped almost 100,000 value this turn. Tank, anti-air. I don't think there's any way Lee can come back now. Definitely get some shots in, but Penny still has a good elite core of vehicles. To the point where it's a cast level of veterancy. Either way, Lee has resigned. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.